Welcome. Today, 1001 of Uke A. Really, this is a video about my last 1,000 days of posting a cover song every day and learning on my ukulele. So I'm just gonna talk a little more personally and talk about my intentions for this channel going forward. I was gonna curate this so precisely and write out all these things and maybe edit it. And as I'm getting closer to the date of wanting to release this, which is in a week, I'm realizing that that is too much for me. And it'll most likely, if I follow that trajectory, I won't have the video done. And I really want to post this the day after I do 1,000 days. So I'm going to stick to my normal regime, which is to be very much in the moment. I do have some stuff written down, obviously, or maybe not, obviously. But I liken it to my daily uke where I do practice and then I'm in the moment. There's no editing. So I'm going to try to keep this as precise as possible so I don't have to edit it, because that's a whole nother skill set that I would need to open up. And I have done very minimal editing in my past. But so I guess I'll start with the beginning. I was born on a Thursday. Okay, no, but I was. But not the point. I grew up, around music, I think like any Midwestern kid does, which is listening to what your parents listen to, particularly my mother, because she was a stay-at-home mom. And so we just listened to a lot of records, a lot of tapes back then. And I got into dance pretty young. So music has always just been there, just been a part of my life, something that I didn't have to really search for or reach out to. And then started band in 4th grade to 8th grade, had to choose between dance and band, unfortunately, in high school. And I chose dance. And then when I went to college, I went and majored in theater because acting had become my love at that point in time. And I went to a pretty well-known acting school, in my opinion. I went to NYU. And, from there, life kind of took me in a whole bunch of different directions. I won't go into that. But years and years later, I dated someone who had wanted to learn the ukulele. So I bought him a ukulele for his birthday. And if my memory serves me correct, I feel like I played it more than him. I would just pick it up and try to learn a song. I had the music background from 4th to 8th grade. I played the xylophone and a little bit of drums. And then I sought out a music teacher to teach me piano, but I didn't have a piano at home, so I would play on a little keyboard. And then when I got into college, they did offer elective courses where you could take piano lessons. So I did that for 2 years. So I can play very basic piano. I can read sheet music to some extent. And since I was in band, I have some sort of rhythm. I know some people have asked, my background in music, and that is probably the extent of it that I can remember right now. And then that was I think around 2011, 12 when I played it for a little bit. And then when COVID hit, I bought a ukulele at the beginning of it, played it for 3 months. One time I played it for 3 hours and my shoulder got locked. It was very weird. I went to the chiropractor for it. It was ridiculous. I played for 3 hours and then I reached back to unplug something and my shoulder got locked. And then life took me a different direction again. And then when I came back, I don't even know what to say. When I came back to myself, I thought I want to do the ukulele again. I really want to commit to something that inspires creativity in me. I'd already had an idea of leveraging it by posting a video every day, and in the prior company that I was in, posting videos online was a big part of it. So I kind of knew how to do that, and I thought maybe it could be like a side gig or something like that. Maybe make money. That is yet to happen, but that's okay. It is for the love of it, and then if that happens to come, that is wonderful too. So that's how it started, and in my head I thought, commit to 90 days, don't commit to too much, though I always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to do at least a year. That was in the back of my head from the beginning. So I did the 90 days, that went great. I did that. I think I made after the 30 days, and then I think I wanted to do 90 days. And then I thought, okay, I can do a year. After 3 months, I thought I can do the year. And at the beginning of it, I was trying to be very much a perfectionist, which is funny because it's the time where I knew the least, had the least practice. And so it made everything harder. So many takes, so many takes. And there was this nervousness, which I laugh to myself now because I was the one pressing play on the video and I didn't have to post it. I could just not post it. But there was this nervousness, I think, of the potential of being viewed in something that I was so new at and wanted to be at a certain skill level. And that dissipated I think after 100 days, that dissipated pretty quickly. And then with my acting background, being on stage or being viewed or witnessed felt natural and fun. And the internet can be addicting. You have to be very careful about that. Some of my basic layouts for how I wanted my channel to feel was just very natural. I left crud in the background, like this is my life. If you watch throughout the years, you see me renovating my apartment, and there's just paint and all the mess and clutter everywhere. The lighting is just the best that I could do at that time, because the main through line for me was to get the video posted and to have it at a decent level. There by no means was it going to be really good or perfect or anything like that. There just wasn't enough time in my life within the parameters of posting a video every day. So that was also part of it, was take off the perfectionism and just be where I'm at and let the day dictate how the video will go. And some days I could practice for like 2 to 3 hours. That was especially so at the beginning, which was very nice before life took me in many directions. And as life has gotten a lot more full, especially with having a baby on the way, I maybe get 45 minutes to practice and then I have to put the video up. But because I had all 2.5 years of practicing, things got easier in a way. So make it chill, just as real as I can. No edits. I could do as many takes as I wanted, but no editing. And don't sweat the small stuff. I think at the beginning I was sweating hard because every little mistake, I could feel my body cringing when I made it. I was like, oh. And now, after 1,000 days, unless I make multiple upon multiple mistakes in the song, I let them glide by. I let the mistakes glide by and know like that's just where I'm at on that day. So that's been a big lesson and a big relief, and it makes it a lot more fun. And I can tell when I'm really into a song too, there tends to be less mistakes. Not necessarily so, but I think the funness and the emotional tie to the song just makes it easier. Let me look at some of my questions here. Oh, I put skills I became good at. One was picking up songs in a jiffy. I could, At the beginning, I would scan the songs at Guitar Tabs. That was the main app that I used. I would say 99% of the time. If I couldn't find a song there, I searched it and found it on some random website. But Guitar Tabs was great because they gave you multiple different options to choose from for the most part on a song. So I could choose a song, chords that felt better for me. You can transpose it. You can simplify the song, which I did more at the beginning. I'm glad to say that's one of the skills I got better at too. But I also picked songs that were probably easier for me too. So, balanced out. And it scrolled pretty nicely. It got better as time goes on. It was fun to work with an app for so long. This is not an endorsement of Guitar Tabs. They don't know that I exist besides my yearly payment. But it was nice to see an app evolve. And so they've done a really great job. And the scrolling got better. For a while there, it was dicey. I was like, how am I going to do this? But I was able to pick up songs in a jiffy. I didn't have this heart palpitation even late at night. Sometimes I didn't start a song until 10 o'clock because I just like life. And then my uke. And uke was part of my life, so there was no skipping it. But I started songs at like 10 knowing I had to get up at 7:30 the next morning for work. And so that's a skill set that I think I've gotten pretty good at. I can look at it, pick up a song and sing it, because that's key. I think just playing it with the chords is easy, but once I put the vocals on top of it, that becomes difficult. And I really started to notice consciously that I needed to pick songs that I already knew vocally. Those 3-hour days were for songs that I was learning like a major chunk of the song vocally that day. And I couldn't keep doing that to myself. So I got skilled at helping myself. I think that's a nice way to put it. Not going too far beyond my skill set in the limited time that I had to keep to my intention, which was posting a video every day. And easier at chord changes and picking up strum patterns. At the beginning, when I saw a strum pattern that looked crazy, I was like, and I'd pass the song up. Now, for the most part, I would say 90% of the time, I can pick up the strum pattern that they suggest on Guitar Tabs, which is great. And the chord changes too. Even though I'm still struggling with bar chords and having my hand not get super tired on those bar chords after practicing for an hour and then trying to post a song that's halfway decent, that has gotten much better too. Oh, I put less takes. Like I said at the beginning, I could do 50 takes. It's insane. I've thought about making a blooper reel. I made one blooper reel on day 64B if you want to check it out. But I have so much footage that's probably not worth making a blooper reel, honestly. But I have a lot of footage. But as time goes on, a lot of my things are in 1 to 2 takes, which is very nice. Unless I get into my analytical mind and it's a song that I really want to be at a certain level, then that will take me a little bit longer. But I'll normally cap myself at like 15. Skills I want to continue or learn. Picking. This is something I did a little bit, and that is definitely my next frontier, where I feel it would push me into a next level of a ukulele musician. I think that it would make the songs maybe a little more interesting. I definitely want to continue that skill and dive deeper into it. I was taking lessons for a little while at Guitar Center, and it was great. It was funny. I think it was just the Guitar Center I was at, but I kept kind of getting paired with someone different for other reasons. Some were my own. I couldn't go on a day they needed me, or vice versa, or one of their musicians got a gig or something like that. But it was cool to have so many teachers I think I did it for 2 months, 2 or 3 months, because I got a lot of different styles and information. So I think I would like to do that again. I'm really considering that, especially before this baby is born. And picking is the one thing I would ask them, please help me do this. Making a song my own. This feels next level for sure. These last 1,000 days have been learn the song as best as I can on how the artist did the inflections and everything and what the chords say. I know some people have posted in the comments, make the song your own, and I would love to do that. And I think that is next level of craftsmanship and in a way really becoming a good musician, a great musician. So I don't know what that looks like, but that's a little goal there that I have for sure. I mentioned this earlier, getting better at the bar chords and the longevity of my hand muscles or finger muscles. Because with those songs, with those bar chords, my hand is like cramped at the end of it. And I feel that that's probably just means I need more practice. And cleaner transitions. I know I've been a little sloppy in some of the areas, some of the songs, just probably because I'm super tired and was like, I need to get this done. Oh my gosh, some of the days were really painful, I must say. And then as far as like overall channel stuff, I just want to say I have absolutely been very, very grateful for everyone who has liked, watched, and commented. It's part of the reason you have a channel. Like otherwise I'll just play in my room and I'll be fine, But to have a channel where you get to be viewed, and my channel, I had so many supportive people. I just can't thank you enough. That is so nice to get on there and to have someone say like, you rocked it, you did a great job. Give song suggestions, other musicians, people have recommended. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I think one of the positives of public internet exchanges. And I know some people have been watching me for as long as a year or a couple of years, and that really fills my heart with joy. So thank you so much. And looking back, I want to say I've read every comment. I would like in the future to get better at responding to more. I don't know if I have the capacity, especially with a newborn on the way, to respond to everyone or every single one, but I would like to respond to more. That's a little goal that I have as well, because I know it's always nice when you get that little response. But know that I have been. I've read them all, and overall, I'm most proud of that I did it. I mean, that's just a general blanket thing. But to stick with something for 1,000 days, and it's not just brushing my teeth or, having breakfast, something that we normally do all the time. This was something I had to take at least, I would say the bare minimum 30 minutes. And that's not the average time that I took. I'd be interested to know what mine was. I want to say an hour a day would be the average, because sometimes I could get a song out in 30 minutes. Those were the days where I was like, awesome. And then sometimes it was 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And to do that in the midst of life, this isn't my profession. This isn't, something that I live off of. This is a hobby, a love, creative passion. And so it's something I had to fit in on top of everything. I think I even wrote down major life events during all of this. I moved, right from the beginning, I had just moved from the West Coast to the East Coast. And I didn't even have a home at the beginning of the videos. If you notice, the background changes a little bit because I was just staying in a friend's apartment, and the graciousness of that. Thank you, Sarah. You'll never know how much you've blessed me in that. And then I found a job and got my own apartment. And the apartment I got, I promised to renovate. I mean, this is minor renovations as far as just filling holes and painting, but it was a big job. It was a big job for me, and especially the state of the apartment. And that took me, I think, 8 months to do. And I had some help along the way. I didn't do it all on my own. So I thank you to my dad, my ex at the time, or my boyfriend at the time. You know, I developed a skill set of spackling as well. I think I got pretty good at it, and sanding. And like I said, I have perfectionist tendencies, so I had to do the baseboards a different color than the walls. And since it had been a long time since they'd been painted, I wanted to prime them and all that. So in the midst of all that, I also got a job promotion, which took me up to 42 to 45 hours of working a week on my feet all the time. And then I decided to get a puppy, which you have all met Mello, I'm sure. And that was a blessing and a growth experience. I didn't know labs were quite so energetic. I'm trying to give myself the grace that maybe I only met them when they were older, met labs when they were older and more chill. Or the labs that I did meet, I was young and naive and didn't realize it. And so Mello was much more than I anticipated. My life was literally work, ukulele, and Mello for quite a bit. And then I had started a new relationship in the midst of that. And, you know, that always pulls you off track, and in good ways and tired ways. And then after that relationship had ended, I decided I really wanted to get back in the dating world. Having a family was very important to me, and I'm a little older, as you all know. You celebrated my 40th and 41st birthday with me, and so I hit the dating apps hard. I'm telling you, like, there was 6 months, like, ding, 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 ding. And so that took up a major chunk of my life, and and then eventually I met Bill. I know I've mentioned him a couple times, but I don't think I've said his relationship to me. And we got pregnant pretty early on, and so that was a major life change as well. And at the same time, Mello got attacked. You guys were with me that day when my little puppy got attacked by 2 dogs. Oh, God, that was traumatic. For me, I think more than Mello. He seemed to blow through it. But then being newly pregnant, and then the hurricane happened, and being in darkness, I think for 11 days without electricity, 15 without water. Bill lived about an hour and 10 minutes away, so he would drive back resources to me while I worked, because work still needed me. We thankfully were able to stay open during all of that. Meanwhile, just concerns about being so newly pregnant and, all those things. And then ultimately deciding to move again, nearer to family, and to have support. And that has been a whole another beautiful, challenging adventure, especially as Bill and I deepen our relationship as well. So far from where we met and had roots. And, transferring jobs, having to step down from something, management, which I really loved, but now seeing it as something good, especially during this time of just being pregnant and having to be on my feet all the time. And now planning for a baby and all that comes with it. It's a lot. While unpacking a new home, in winter, oh my gosh. I give all the background to that. It's something that I don't dive deep into in the videos because that's not what the videos are about at all. But I thought in this reflection, it would be good to give that, to say, that's why I'm so proud, because I did it in the midst, not just of a life that was routine and had its clockwork check-ins and outs every day. It was a life full of growing and newness and establishing routine, breaking routine, new loves, heartache, babies, moving, renovating. I did it. I did it in the midst of real life. So that is what I would say I'm most proud of. Oh my God, I just saw how long this video is. It's 26 minutes. Holy moly, this is long. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here. It feels perfect. I will say this. Okay, so maybe I won't end it right here. So my new intentions for going forward. With me having a baby, I know it is not the healthiest choice to continue to do this daily. It breaks my heart when I think about it. I want to cry because it's become a part of me and an expression, and touches into my acting roots. And I also know I have this new life coming, and I want to be the best mom that I can be. So right now, my initial stirrings are I will start posting weekly, and I have excitement around that I'll get to work on a song for a whole week and see if that changes anything. I have this funny joke in my head that it won't change anything, that the songs will still come out as they are when I just practice for friggin' 30 minutes to 2 hours. But that's not what I want. I want to be able to make the song my own. I want to do some picking in it. So we'll see. I'm going to start slow, not too much pressure. But going forward, I will be posting a video a week. And then once the baby is born, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'll keep everyone posted on that. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to make another video with the Q&As, which I'm very excited about. Thank you so much if you posted a question in the comments. I'm going to post that video tomorrow, which would be day 1002 or Tuesday, or Wednesday. I can't remember. We'll see. But I'm going to film that one right now after this, and we'll go from there. But thank you guys. I'm gonna cry, for watching for 1,000 days. It's gotten me through so much in my life, knowing that I had this like little piece of love, I guess. All right. Bye for now.